Hello, everybody, and welcome to your first online training course. This course is called Code of Ethics and Conduct. And as we go through this course together, there's a few things you're going to need to be successful. So the first thing you'll need is the activity that we'll be completing. This activity, again, like I mentioned in the introductory video, is just to make sure that you're watching the video from beginning to end. So the activity for this course is a crossword puzzle, and it looks like this. The answers to all of these questions, you can find them in the video. So just follow along, and this will be really easy to fill out. The other thing that you'll be getting in this course, you should be receiving the packet called Code of Ethics and Conduct, and it looks like this. And the entire policy that was written by Palm Imaging Institute and Empire Orthopedic Center is outlined in here so that you can read it at home and keep it for your own records. You'll also be signing an acknowledgement form, just saying you acknowledge that you received that packet and that you're going to be keeping it at home. So the acknowledgement form looks like this, and you'll be filling this out as well. So in order to learn what Code of Ethics and Conduct is for Palm Imaging Institute and Empire Orthopedic Center, we're going to be going over a PowerPoint slide together to learn all the main points. However, I wanted to start out with a video that I think is a great segue to the content in this course. So give me one moment while I share my screen here with you so that you can see everything I'm seeing. There we go. So we're going to watch this video together, and then we'll go over the PowerPoint slides and learn all about Code of Ethics and Conduct.
So what is empathy, and why is it very different than sympathy? Empathy fuels connection. Sympathy drives disconnection. Empathy, it's very interesting. Teresa Wiseman is a nursing scholar who studied professions, very diverse professions where empathy is relevant, and came up with 4 qualities of empathy. Perspective taking, the ability to take the perspective of another person or recognize their perspective as their truth. Staying out of judgment, not easy when you enjoy it as much as most of us do. Recognizing emotion in other people and then communicating that. Empathy is feeling with people. And to me, I always think of empathy as this kind of sacred space when someone's kind of in a deep hole and they shout out from the bottom and they say, I'm stuck, it's dark, I'm overwhelmed. And then we look and we say, hey, you climb down. I know what it's like down here. And you're not alone. Sympathy is, woo, it's bad, no. You want a sandwich? Empathy is a choice, and it's a vulnerable choice, because in order to connect with you, I have to connect with something in myself that knows that feeling. Rarely, if ever, does an empathic response begin with at least. And we do it all the time, because you know what? Someone just shared something with us that's incredibly painful, and we're trying to silver lining it. I don't think that's a verb, but I'm using it as one. We're trying to put the silver lining around it. So I had a miscarriage. Oh, at least you know you can get pregnant. I think my marriage is falling apart. At least you have a marriage. John's getting kicked out of school. At least Sarah is an A student. But one of the things we do sometimes in the face of very difficult conversations is we try to make things better. If I share something with you that's very difficult, I'd rather you say, I don't even know what to say right now, I'm just so glad you told me. Because the truth is, rarely can a response make something better. What makes something better is connection.
Okay. So I hope that you enjoyed that video as much as I have throughout the years. I have seen that video so many times. Let me stop sharing my screen for a moment. Okay, so I have seen that video so many times, and I think that as we go through Code of Ethics and Conduct, you will realize that a lot of the material in here is just about giving quality care to our patients and how we can best conduct ourselves as professionals in a medical field. So I hope that as you go through your workday, you think about Brene Brown in this video that she created, and you remember that our patients are coming to us oftentimes going through something very painful. And sometimes the best thing we can do is just say, you know, I'm so grateful that I'm a part of this journey with you, and I'm grateful I can be here to help. So I hope that you keep that in mind, and I hope that you can find ways that that video relates to this PowerPoint that we're going to go over that outlines this training course. So let's go over this PowerPoint together. Here we go. Okay, so make myself smaller so I can see. Code of Ethics and Conduct. So we have a mission statement here at Palm Imaging Institute and Empire Orthopedic Center. And these are the main things in our mission statement. So we are committed to the care and improvement of human life. We provide high quality healthcare to the communities that we serve. We care for our patients with kindness, compassion, and fairness. We affirm the unique and intrinsic worth of each individual, and we pledge to treat one another with loyalty, respect, and dignity. So this code of conduct provides guidance to all employees and assists us in carrying out our daily activities with appropriate ethical and legal standards. Leadership. So we want good leadership at Palm Imaging Institute and Empire Orthopedic Center. So we expect our leaders to set the example. Supervisors need to create an environment where all team members are encouraged to raise concerns. Leaders must confront problems directly and candidly. And we'd like you to include your staff in decision-making. Give them the maximum responsibility and ensure that the talents that each team member has are utilized to the maximum extent possible. So basically, everyone on your team has a value, they have a talent, they have something that they're good at. So if you are the best leader you can be, you're going to maximize the talents of each person on your team. Quality of care. We treat patients with warmth, respect, and dignity. Patient safety should be paramount. We aspire to a standard of excellence for all caregivers within the facility. So I don't know what you think about when you hear the word warmth, but I think about sitting at home with a blanket, probably reading a book, maybe drinking a cup of hot chocolate or hot coffee. So when you think about warmth, we want you to remember that that's a word that describes the way that we treat our patients and that makes them feel at home. Patient rights. We make no distinction in the availability of services based on age, gender, disability, race, color, religion, sex, sexual orientation, gender, identity, or national origin. Patients have the right to refuse care. Referrals. We do receive referrals from various outside physicians and medical offices. However, we do not receive payment for referrals, and we do not accept payments for any referrals that we make. So confidential information. We're going to be going over confidential information in much greater detail in the HIPAA course. However, it briefly mentions confidential information in the Code of Ethics and Conduct, so we'll touch on it here. Disclosure of confidential information could violate ethical and legal obligations under the HIPAA law. Confidential information, also called sensitive information, covers virtually anything that is not publicly known. This could include personnel data, patient lists, patient identifiable information, patient financial information, credit card data, social security number, and password. So do not release information about patients or about your coworkers. Electronic media. Business electronic devices and services must be used for business purposes only. Assume no expectation of privacy in anything created, stored, or sent on a business electronic device or service. Encrypt patient data sent over electronic media. Do not send malicious or obscene materials via electronics. You are not permitted to share or disclose any user accounts. Controlled substances. Some employees have access to prescription drugs and controlled substances. These substances must not be solicited inappropriately, and any violations must be reported. We maintain a drug and alcohol-free work environment. Cultural diversity. We maintain a setting in which we celebrate cultural diversity and differences. One shall not discriminate in regard to race, color, religion, sex, national origin, age, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, genetic information, or veteran status. So if you think about diversity in the areas in which our sites are located, Rialto, Colton, and San Bernardino, these places are so colorful with diversity, and we need to be very sensitive to the fact that we celebrate these diversities and we don't discriminate. Environmental compliance. We want to adhere to the requirements for the proper handling of hazardous materials. Again, we'll go over this much more in a further training course. However, we'll touch on it here. You want to properly dispose of medical waste by using the proper bins. Also, consult with your department supervisor to find out where the nearest medical waste basket is located. Dispose of medical waste bins in the appropriate areas, and also use sharps containers. Reporting concerns. We encourage the reporting and resolution of issues. Each employee has an individual responsibility for reporting any activity by any colleague, physician, subcontractor, or vendor that appears to violate an applicable law, rule, regulation, accreditation standard, standard of medical practice, federal healthcare condition, or code. Also, there's no retribution or discipline for anyone who reports this concerning good faith. So that's important to know. If you report something in good faith, there is no retribution or discipline that can come of that. So if you'd like to refer to the training video that we used in the beginning by Brene Brown, here's the link to that video again. So that concludes the PowerPoint slide for our Code of Ethics and Conduct training. Congratulations on completing your first online training course, and I will be guiding you through all of these courses. So I'll see you in the next video.